What's up everyone, it's me and I'm back from video for guys. Today's video pretty much be showing you guys on how much money you need to spend in GTA Online in order to get every single item in game. So this is going to be every single essential and gun and etc. So there's been debates in GTA between like how much money you'll actually need. So this video will hopefully put an end to that. And yeah, that's about it. Let's just roll the intro and I'll see you guys there. Okay then, so now I'm gonna be pretty much buying everything in GTA Online. So the way that this is gonna go, I'm gonna get everything step by step. For example, I'm gonna start off with guns, and then I'm gonna upgrade the guns to Mark IIs. I'm gonna buy the businesses. So yeah, I'm gonna be like acting like I'm a noob. I don't know what the Mark II weapon is. So I'm just gonna be buying and upgrading every single weapon in GTA Online. So let's just go over like this clip here. I go to the ammunition, I buy every single weapon, which I do not recommend, by the way. Here I do stuff that the average user, I wouldn't really recommend somebody to that somebody does if they're trying to save up money. Why? Mainly because most of the stuff that I'm getting here is just mainly for cosmetic reasons. Some of them don't actually make sense, such as the use of a mere camo. Like for example, buying 10 cents off really doesn't affect the overall experience of grinding itself. It's just more expensive and it's useless. And I do recommend like not upgrading some guns to the full extent, mainly just because you're gonna be upgrading it to a Mark II weapon later on, which means that you're gonna be wasting that money on like upgrading the default version, the Mark I version of the gun, which I just don't recommend, you know. So yeah, here I just get like the stuff, and yeah, I got all the guns, and now it's time for all of the businesses. So I'm gonna start off with the penthouse. Penthouse is sort of like end game content, stuff that you don't really need. It's just stuff for like luxury. And now I'm gonna buy the most expensive clubhouse. Clubhouses, you just wanna buy the cheapest one, since you really want to be using it. It's just absolutely useless if you're gonna like you don't do what I did, like spending $2 million on a clubhouse. Same thing with the bunker. You want to get the one in Shumash, you don't want to get the one in farmhouse. It just doesn't work. It just isn't worth it. Same thing with the hangar. There's another hangar right next to the most expensive hangar, which I do recommend getting, which is like very cheap compared to the other one. Same thing with the facility. Land Act Reservoir facility is a no-no. It's absolutely terrible. It's in a terrible location. It's just not worth it. And now the nightclub, it's at a decent location. I just don't recommend spending that much money on like cosmetic items, you know. And now for the office, I do recommend getting Arcadius if you're strapped on cash, if you want like a good location one, because Arcadius has a beautiful garage. It has a beautiful view. It's right next to Maze Bank, and it's a lot cheaper than Maze Bank. So I just do recommend getting that. Garage, I don't recommend getting that. Garage is endgame content. You don't want to get the garage unless you're extremely rich and have 60 scars that you do not know where to put. And now for apartments. Personally, I don't recommend getting 3 apartments in the same location, just like I did in the gameplay. Mainly because for heists, because the only reason that you're gonna get apartments, there are actually 2 reasons. For number 1, spawning in them, number 2, for heists. And heists have different locations, and I just don't recommend getting the same place. And now we're gonna be buying the vehicles. So for example, like the terrobyte avenger mobile operation center. Personally, I don't recommend getting the avenger and mobile operation center, since both are pretty much the same thing. The only difference is that one can fly, like one can fly and the other can't fly. The mobile operation center, unless you're gonna be doing the mobile operation missions, just don't get it. It's absolutely useless. Now we're gonna be buying the sacred buzzard. If you don't have a buzzard and you have over 20 days on GTA, you're doing something wrong. The buzzard is a must-have vehicle. You cannot go anywhere without the buzzard. I also bought the Mark II mainly because the Mark II is just so overhyped. I just had to buy it. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of the Mark II, but I just had to get it. Now I'm gonna be buying the Kuruma because personally I consider the Kuruma an essential vehicle. It sort of is because you're gonna need it in a lot of missions. And now I'm gonna be buying the most expensive vehicle. Personally, stay away from the F1 cars. F1 cars are absolutely useless. They're not as fast as most cars, and I just do not recommend it. At first, I thought of buying the Luxor Deluxe, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna buy it because it's not an essential. So yeah, of course I didn't buy it. That's just a waste of $10 million. And now I'm gonna be buying the plane. I'm gonna be buying the Molotov, because the Molotov is just, you know, an overall goods plane. Granted, I did waste some money over here on the Arena Wars stuff. Arena Wars isn't an essential, to say the least, but it is still a business in the game. You can buy it, you can buy vehicles for it, so I did go ahead and buy it. Over here, I did rename my organization to A Organization from An Organization. So yeah, that's a waste of 250k. And over here, I just went ahead and bought every single warehouse that is possible. So 5 large warehouses and the most expensive vehicle warehouse. Personally, I don't recommend doing that. I do recommend getting price over getting location over price, since location is just a lot better. And I just upgraded all the vehicles for the what is it called, for the vehicle for the warehouse, and I'm gonna be buying every single MC business. Here I also made a mistake which you should not do if you're strapped on cash. This video is for educational purposes, so I'm just buying whatever, but you do not want to buy the most expensive one, because price should not be the factor of like why you're gonna be buying it. You should buy that stuff. You should buy the MC businesses based off location, not price. If you want, I could make a guide for that. And now over here, I got every single Mark II weapon. Here, I did something that normally you wouldn't want to do, which is just get the most expensive anything because it's the most expensive. Personally, I wasn't gonna wait that a long time just to get every single research, so I just went ahead and bought whatever was unlocked. So yeah, I'm just not gonna do the research for that. I'm not gonna waste that much time. So now I'm just getting everything, upgrading it. I also made something that I did something that you guys shouldn't do, which is get every single have every single gun with the same magazine. That's just dumb. You shouldn't have the same magazine on every single gun. That just limits what you can do with it, and yeah, it's just a retarded move, and you should not do that. Now I'm gonna go over, watch the cutscene, and buy the arcade. Personally, the 8-bit arcade is not the best arcade when it comes to price to location. It's mainly something that you buy for like luxury at endgame. So yeah, I just don't recommend getting the same arcade as I did. I personally recommend the video if you want something like that. The one near Leicester's factory. So yeah, I just finished the buying, and now we're at $800 million. So I'm just gonna do the math right now and show you guys at how much money in shark cards, so like how much money will you have to spend with your real life hard-earned money, at least I hope it is, and to buy like shark cards. So the money that you have IRL, if you were to put that into shark cards, how much money would you have to spend in order to get every single thing in GTA Online? Surprisingly, I was a little surprised. I expected it to be like $10,000 or whatever. It was actually a lot smaller than that, but it's still no small amount of money. So over here, I'm just calculating how much money I spent in total. I spent around $140 million. That's just rounding it. I expected it to be like $500 million. Before doing this video, I was like, oh, you're gonna need $500 million to get started in GTA. Really, you don't need over $200 million. $200 million. That's like including, because like I'm saying that because let's just say that you want to buy cars, you want to buy a car or multiple cars. Let's say upcoming DLCs. So yeah, $138 million for like 2020 June, with taxes, because I bought the yacht, just like other than having to complete every single business and stuff, every single like business upgrade and stuff, because that would just take too much time for me to complete every single perk mission. So yeah, so I'm just adding $10 million, that's the yacht, for like the business upgrades, etc., etc. So we're looking at $138 million, and we're just gonna multiply that by 100, divide that by 8 million, and you're gonna get $1,725. So the price of a pretty high-end gaming PC is, so you could either buy a $1,700 gaming PC, or you could buy everything in GTA Online. You gotta choose wisely. So you're gonna have to spend $1,725 of your real money in order to get every single item in GTA Online. That's absurd. Rockstar has to do something about it. That's a lot of money that you're gonna have to spend. Granted, $138 million is a lot of money, but to get to get the content, you should not have to spend over $1,000. Granted, that's a lot of content that you're gonna be buying. You're gonna be buying a lot of businesses, but still, $1,000 is still a lot of money, and it's just absurd. But that's about it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to like, dislike, and I'll see you guys later.